Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. Welcome back to the road to Halloween Horror Month 2025. And we're on the last leg of the road. This is the last day. Tomorrow, Halloween Horror Month will officially start. So, yeah. We're going to talk about an episode of The Haunting Hour today. But before we do that, I need to put the piece de resistance. That means we gotta say goodbye to Nicolas Cage, and I gotta put up the shirt that will be representing Halloween Horror Month this year. There it is. No, that's not what I meant. There we go. That's right. Patrick Bateman this year. Got that shirt from Walmart. Right. I like what I've done here. I like my background. It's cool. We also have this. I'll point this out. The Exorcist thing. I didn't really want to dust on it. I didn't really want to have an extra day for this. I had stuff there. This was just, I figured it's not connected to that background, so I just put extra. Yeah, and so we got now double the art there, and art there, and double the Patrick Bateman with there. So we need double the Zeke. No, we need less of the Zeke. In fact, I'm taking this picture off. Well, no, you don't. Leave my picture alone. Trying to make me kick my own ass? My legs aren't big enough for that. So, much like with the Nightmare Room and Tales from the Crypt, I've covered some episodes of this many years ago of the Haunting Hour. Basically did all of season 1, and then I kind of just stopped because I didn't really know any others past that. Ugh. So, but apparently this episode, Mascot, which is the episode I'm looking at, is a fan favorite. Thought it was okay, but so our main characters are Drake and his Willie. Drake and his friend Willie. Willie is really our main character, and they couldn't have picked a worse character to be our main character if they tried. So Willie and Drake are at this basketball game or whatever. They introduce the mascot, Big Yellow. And nobody seems to like it. Even the announcer's like, ladies and gentlemen, Big Yellow. Well, Drake and Willie didn't like Big Yellow, and they want a new mascot, thinking that's going to help the team win or whatever. So they say, Drake says if they can sign a petition and get a faculty signature, then they can get rid of Big Yellow. So they do. Apparently, it works, and they go to the faculty advisor, which is the vice principal, and he signs it and says, "Yeah, by the way, you have to tell the mascot that he's being replaced." And okay, well, who is the mascot? And the guy, he's like, I don't really know. Why don't you ask the coach? They go to the coach. Coach is like, I don't know who the mascot is, but who would be the athletic director. They go to him, and he's like, oh, actually, I have no idea. It was the last athletic director that hired him, and he hasn't been seen since he graduated. So, yeah. But apparently, and this had me scratching my head. They don't know who Big Yellow is, but apparently he lives on the premises in a area by the boiler room where the boarded window or something. I don't know. So they leave a note for him. Big Yellow is not happy and he rips it up and throws it back. The next day they have auditions, which include people dressed in various yellow clothing, including one guy is just... It's basically Green Man from Always Sunny, but he's yellow. And I don't think it's Charlie in there, but yeah. And this made me laugh. Some kid in a black shirt just says mascot. I'd pick that one. Hey, if I'm in charge of picking, that's funny. So that's our mascot. I don't think the faculty would appreciate it. The principal would be like, what is this? What? Mascot? Come on. You gotta admit this is cool, right? What movie is that from? What's the reference? I mean, come on. You gotta admit this is cool, right? Anyway, then they see the one they're gonna pick, Wolfie. And he's a dancing to rap music, so they think he's cool. They're going to pick him. But then Big Yellow comes up and they're like, what's he doing here? They're just like, well, apparently everyone who tries out we have to see. But it doesn't matter. It's just a formality. They want Wolfie. Big Yellow was not impressed. So then he follows Wolfie home. And the guy in Wolfie costume was just walking home with the costume on, but not the mask, the head or whatever. And it's implied that Big Yellow eats him. So by this point, we know that this is not some normal thing. No. Well, Wolfie is nowhere to be found, except for his head. The wolf head winds up in Willie's bed. And he brings it to school and shows Drake for some reason. Drake, smartly, wants to tell the teacher, but he's like, nah. Willie's like, nah. Let's do it ourselves. And while I agree with Drake, there is a point. I've seen a lot of shows like this. Even if they told an adult, told a teacher, the way stuff like this is written, they're not going to believe them. They'll think it's a joke, and they'll laugh at them, and they'll just walk, or they'll say, hey, you guys keep messing with me, and you guys pull something like this again, and you're going to be in trouble. No way that'd actually be any help, because that'd be contradictory to what the episode has to be. So, no. Drake wants nothing to do with this. Well, he's like, fine, I'll do it on my own. So, Drake goes home, and Willie decides to try to track down the mascot. Track down Big Yellow. Sneaks into Big Yellow's cave, where we get some hints. There's a picture of the old athletic director with his face crossed off, implying that Big Yellow ate him. And Big Yellow has his own ID that just says Big Yellow. I don't get that, but okay. Yeah, then he turns on the music. Big Yellow comes in and then just dances to it. But he's not stupid. He leaves, and some yellow gas comes in, and you might think, oh, it must be mustard gas. It's yellow, but no, it's something far much lethal, because Saddam's mustard gas was nothing compared to a Walter fart. What is that from? No, yeah. So Willie has to burst out of there, and instead of just leaving, he still wants to take down Big Yellow. So he constantly keeps trying to call Drake, but Drake doesn't answer him because he's playing a video game. So he takes a picture of Big Yellow on the thing and sends it to Drake, who doesn't respond because he's now sleepy. And he confronts Big Yellow, taking off Big Yellow's head and finding, oh, it's just a costume. But as he turns around, we see that Big Yellow's head moves itself. And it also implied that he now eats Willie. You know what I mean? Big Yellow ate Willie. Big Yellow eats Willie. He swallowed a Willie whole. God damn it. William is eaten. No, that's my son's name. Will, no. Our main character is eaten by Big Yellow. Eder, why do I have to call him Willie? Just why? Oh, you know why he didn't go back with Drake? You know why he decided to stay and confront Big Yellow instead of going home? Because little Willie won't go home, but you can't push Willie around. Willie won't go. Try telling everybody, but oh no, little Willie won't go home. Anyway, so the next day, Drake shows up and only finds Willie's shoe by Big Yellow. I don't know. And he's confused on where he is. There's a weird transition because he's trying to look for where Willie was. And then he leaves, goes through the door, and we focus on a poster for the final game. And then it pulls out, and we're at the game, which is kind of cool. And Drake walks in, and he sits. He's like, "Hey, it's me. I'm at my regular spot." Now, every single time he's called, Willie goes straight to voicemail. But now we're at the big game. Big Yellow comes out, does a little dance, and he's calling Willie's phone. And now it's ringing, and you hear the noise. Every single time we go. Hey, I'm not here. Call me back later. I'm just like, but now it rings, and we find out this is weird. This is also a weird transition. I'm supposed to believe he's showing Drake where Willie is. The way he reacts is what it is. He comes up to Drake, and he comes in close, and we see that Willie is inside the Big Yellow's stomach, and there's also someone else in there. I think that's Wolfie. And yeah, his battery's dying on his phone. Yeah. But I gotta imagine it wasn't dead before. Why didn't he just call him and say, "Hey, I'm inside Big Yellow's stomach"? Does that have a service in there? I don't know. But then it zooms back out, and he's like, "Oh," and the episode just ends, and I'm like, "No, that's not a conclude." What? I know that these episodes, stuff like this, ends with like people getting their comeuppance, but like that's not an ending. Like the dead body episode had a cliffhanger, but that was resolved. There's other ones that had resolved, like Pumpkinheads had a two-part. There's another Lily D episode, which is not really connected to the first one, but they never did another mascot one. You know that this is apparently popular enough. I want to know. I need to know what happens. Because, like, leaving him in the stomach, that's not a satisfying ending to me. I need something more. Even if he just ate Drake and everyone freaked out and ran away, that would be a better ending than this. This was inconclusive. Overall, the episode was fine. Kind of a whimper ending, but I wanted to end with the haunting hour. I don't know what that meant. So, yeah, and if you didn't notice, I was doing kids horror, adult, kid, adult. I had one more kids one than adult, so yeah. And there we are. The road has ended, but we are now going to be Halloween Horror Month tomorrow, October 1st, baby. Yes, we got our background done. This is going to be cool. Yes. So, what are your thoughts on this episode? In the comments, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.